right. Good day once again, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to yet another episode of Beyond the Surface with Ayuba Dabai. On today's episode, we shall be discussing procrastination. I know procrastination is a familiar word that everybody have been hearing, but then the effect of it and what it means might be different from what it means to different people. First and foremost, let's lay a foundation of what procrastination is. The definition goes thus. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing task. Delaying or postponing task, often until the last minute. There are people who, instead of doing something at a particular time, they delay it, thinking there is time for everything. There's always an available time for all of them. That is procrastination. When you delay a particular task and say there's a time for me to do that, is what we call procrastination. It will go to what? Last minute rush. Even when there are negative consequences. We know there are negative consequences of procrastination, but yet some people will go ahead to do what? To procrastinate certain things. It's a common behavior to every human being. Every human being procrastinates one or two things, but can lead to what? Once you procrastinate, it can lead to what? It can lead to stress, it can lead to anxiety, it can lead to what? It can lead to decreased productivity. The moment you wait for things to wait for the last minute, it will reduce your productivity level. But then we'd like to go to more details looking at what procrastination is all about. What really is procrastination? Number one, procrastination means delaying. And when we talk about delaying, what are we talking about? We are talking about putting off task until later, often with a perceived or actual negative impact. You put off task and say, oh, there's always time for me to do it in the next time. Number two is postponing. That's what procrastination is. You tend to do what? Postpone task instead of doing it now. You do what? Often unwanted. That's procrastination. Many people realize they are what? They are procrastinating and may feel guilt or what? Regrets. There's always regret at the end of every procrastination of every task. Then why does procrastination happens? Negative emotions. It happens because of what? Negative emotions. Procrastination can be what? Response to unpleasant or challenged task. Some challenging tasks, sometimes one procrastinated not because they want to procrastinate certain tasks, but because they have negative thoughts or fallbacks. Number two, perfectionism. Why people procrastinate is a fear of not doing something perfectly. Can do what? Can lead to delaying certain tasks. Sometimes we want to do things at the perfect time and perfectly at all time. That also leads to do what? Procrastination. Point number three, low esteem. Why people procrastinate is because of low esteem. When you have low esteem, you tend to procrastinate certain tasks until some particular time. Next is what we call decision paralysis. Difficulty making decisions, or do what? Starting a task can lead to procrastination. When you have difficult in what? In doing a particular task, it does what? It could lead to what? Procrastination. And in some cases, why people procrastinate is because of lack of time. You have so many tasks on you and you want to get them done at a particular time. You have targeted them, you have tabled them, you have given them their time. You tend to procrastinate certain tasks. And the next is stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety can also lead to what? Procrastination. The anticipation of task can create stress, leading to procrastination. Something I want to do, I've been anticipating it. It will lead to anxiety, and it will lead to what? It will lead to procrastination. Next point, why people procrastinate is underlying issues. Underlying issues, procrastination can be a symptom of other issues like depression. So most times when people procrastinate, you don't just conclude and judge them based on the procrastination. There might be some underlying issues why they procrastinate. So do not judge at why people procrastinate. Now, procrastination doesn't come without its consequences. Procrastination comes with its own consequences. And one of the consequences of procrastination is what? Reduced productivity. Reduce when you procrastinate and tend to do things at the dying minute or at the last minute, it will reduce your productivity level. Point number two, consequences of procrastination is what? Is increased stress. When you leave certain tasks and say, I want to do them at the dying minute, at the last minute, it will increase stress on you or anybody. Procrastinating. Point number three, consequences of procrastination is negative impact on relationships. You have negative impact on relationship. Procrastinating can affect teamwork. Depends on your relationship with your team. How you work, how you cooperate with each other can also do what? Can also lead to the consequences of procrastination. One consequences of procrastination, it will damage your self-esteem. And the next consequences of procrastination is poor health. Stress and anxiety related to procrastination can have negative effects on your physical health. The next point on the consequences of procrastination is overcoming procrastination. Identify the reasons why you are procrastinating. Understanding why you are procrastinating can help you find strategies to address it. You cannot find strategies to attend to a particular issue if you don't know why that thing came up in the first place. Break down certain tasks. Okay, the next point is how to overcome procrastination. How do we, after being know the consequences, now how do you overcome a procrastination so as to avoid the consequences of procrastination? One, identifying the reasons why you are procrastinating. When you identify the reasons why you are procrastinating, can help you overcome procrastination. Number two, break down tasks. When you break down tasks, don't do everything at a point. But when you break down and give everything time, it will help you to do what? To overcome procrastination. And point number three is what? Set realistic goals. For you to avoid procrastination, you need to what? Set goals that are real, that are realistic, and that are achievable. Next point is what? Prioritize task. Prioritize task as to this is what I want to do at this time, and this is what I want to do at the other time. The next point is time management techniques. You need to know how to manage your time at every point in time in order to avoid, or rather to avert, procrastination in all you do. And the next point, you need to reward yourself. If you want to avoid procrastination, fight procrastination, you need to do what? Reward yourself. Celebrate small things. Celebrate small success. Once you are successful in a particular thing, celebrate it and provide positive reinforcement for completing task. Once you are given a task, or once you complete a particular task without procrastination, celebrate yourself, enjoy yourself, and that will help you get task done without procrastination. The next point is what? Seek support. If you must fight procrastination, seek support from people. A tree can never make a forest, but you need people. You need people with different techniques. You need people who have gone through what you are doing now. Seek their support. Employ people to do certain tasks for you. By so doing, you will meet up with time and you will shy away from what? Procrastination. The next point is what? Consider underlying issues. If procrastination is persistent or severe, if procrastination, I repeat, is persistent or severe, it may be a sign of more significant problems that requires professional help. Seek professional advice, seek professional counsel, and that will help you fight the consequences of procrastination. Let me add more as a bonus point on some detailed breakdown solutions. One is break down large tasks, which I have discussed earlier. Prioritize task, eliminate distraction. Once you eliminate distraction, it will help you avoid procrastination. Set achievable goals, just as I have said earlier, time management and what? Reward progress, self-compassion, optimize your environment. Make use of your environment, accountability partner, identify underlying issues, create starting rituals, develop a simple ritual to signal the start of a work session. When I say ritual, I don't mean negative rituals, but it should be something that you have taken as an habit that you will do every day. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, forgive yourself. Once you procrastinate and you don't find some task, you don't meet up with some task, see, tend to forgive yourself because of time. Don't beat yourself up or over the past procrastination. No, know that yes, as you have learned this, you'll be able to achieve more and learn not to procrastinate in your next task. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's episode. I appreciate you and I believe that with this, you will avert and fight strongly procrastination. See you in the next episode.